I'm Zach Humphreys. Welcome to the Penguin Rundown. Sean Seidler with me this week.
Thanks a lot, Zach. I'm really looking forward to this great opportunity to be here with you guys and connecting with all the fans out in Penguin Nation, and I can't wait to get started.
Let's get started. Women highlight versus Cleveland State coming at you. The Penguins hosting this one at the Bigley Center. And to get things going early, Shanita Garland to Takima Keene for the layup, 11-7 Vikings.
And on the ensuing possession, Cleveland State with the ball. Keene is going to hit the three. That's going to put the Cleveland State Vikings up 20-15 in the first half.
Keene goes inside, outside. Same thing a little bit with Kenya Middlebrooks. Middlebrooks has really been getting the outside shooting. This time she passes it over to Dimitrov, who drills the three from the left side.
But on transition now, Vikings in the fast break. They're going to swing it over to Keene once again, who's going to get the hoop and the bucket there. And that's going to put the Cleveland State Vikings up 39-36.
Penguins on the comeback trail. Kenya Middlebrooks from way outside hits the deep triple.
And then let's go to the second half now. And Brandy Brown's going to make a nice curl to the top of the key. She's going to size up that three, knocks it down, and that's going to take you to the score, 60-43 Cleveland State.
Brandy Brown has really brought it in her offensive game. Adams to Garland, who hits the jumper here, beats the shot clock, 69-50 Vikings.
And Garland's going to continue to stay hot here for the Vikings. She's going to find herself open on the wing. She's going to hit another three ball. That's going to take you to 78-55. Vikings starting to pull away here late in the second half.
Shanita Garland had a great second half. Here she is. You could tell her speed here on the break. Good dish this time. Gets the easy two for the Vikes.
And that puts the Vikings up 85-60. They're going to go on to win it by the score of 86-65 as Whitten gets a layup there to end the game.
YSU did not shoot the basketball exceptionally well. 36% is usually not going to get it done, Sean. But on the other hand, you look at Cleveland State, that's a little better number at 54%.
Yeah, 32 of 59 from the field. Anytime you shoot over 50% in a game, you're bound to put up some serious numbers, and that's what Cleveland State did this afternoon.
Brandy Brown had 24 points to go along with 7 rebounds. Kenya Middlebrooks added 16 points. Her scoring has really improved the last couple weeks from Boki Dimitrov, who always chips in right around that 10-12 mark, gives us 13. We'll see what Coach Bolden had to say after this one.
We've been in here before and we've talked about when we put up that kind of offense, those kind of offensive numbers in the first half, we've got to be winning. I mean, there's nobody associated with our program that thought we'd shoot 53% in the second half. We're not good enough. We don't have good enough players. We're not skilled enough to do that. And that was probably my biggest frustration, is that we did have a good half offensively, and we'd made really. Our defensive effort, as you guys saw, was not where it needed to be, and that was disappointing.
And being around Coach Sean, just a guy that you really think is going to turn this thing around. Already 3 more wins than last season.
Despite the record, the team still has a lot of confidence, and you could tell they are going out and playing hard for Coach Bolden every single night, and that's what matters.
It really is, and they have a lot of recruits coming in next season, so this is going to be a group to watch in the future. We'll take a look at what's going on right now in the Horizon League. Let's check out the standings. Green Bay up top, of course, they've been there all season. 20-1, 9-0 in the league, and they're also nationally ranked somewhere around the 17-18 mark. Butler at 14-7, 8-1 in the league. Wright State, Cleveland State clogging up the front side at 6-3 and 5-4 in the league. Why don't you go to the bottom half?
And we see Valparaiso down there at 4-17, 1-8, followed by Youngstown State at 1-8 in the conference. Also, it'll be interesting to see if the Penguins could turn it on here towards the second half of the season. Maybe jump a couple of those teams. Detroit at 3-6 in the conference, and Loyola at 3-6 in the conference.
Men's basketball had a couple games, one at UIC, one at Loyola. We'll go to those box scores for you right now. We'll start with Loyola. Loyola got the best of the Penguins, 84-71. YSU didn't shoot very, very poorly. 45%, 29 of 65. Loyola, 46%, 29 of 63. Kendrick Perry, the freshman, really turning in a good performance. He's going to be a special player, I think, in the future, Sean.
Yeah, no doubt about that. Trey Brewer, 17 points and 3 rebounds. Damian Ergo, another solid game on the glass. He pulled in 10 rebounds and 3 blocks, as he is 4th in the nation currently in blocks. YSU shot not a bad 45% from the field, but they need to do better from the free throw line.
Also, being 4th in the nation, 1st in the Horizon League, I might add as well. Youngstown State, UIC, 83-61. This is really a bad loss for the Penguins. UIC was the worst team in the league and have already beat the Flames, did the Youngstown State this season. But a big win for UIC, gets them out of the basement. They shoot 45% in this one. Blake Allen turned in a decent performance, though, shot the basketball pretty well from outside.
As well as Vitas Salskas, also in double figures with 11 points and 5 rebounds, and only 10 team turnovers for the Youngstown State Penguins, but once again, shooting 40% from the field. Probably not going to get it done on the road in the Horizon League.
And we'll take a look and see what's going on around the Horizon League. Cleveland State, 20-3 overall, 9-2. Valparaiso, the Crusaders, at 8-2 in the conference. That's a surprise.
Yeah, Valparaiso, a real surprise there in the conference, up past Butler and Wright State there. But I still think Cleveland State's a team to beat in the conference this year, but you can never count out those Butler Bulldogs at 6-4 in the conference.
Yeah, and Butler with the 4 losses. A lot of teams have prospered from their run late last March, so the whole Horizon League is getting better.
And as we look down towards the bottom, we see UIC at 1-9 in the conference, and the Penguins sitting at 1-10. They're going to have some work to do towards the end of the season. See if they could turn it on, crawl out of that basement, and get some momentum going.
Let's take a look at what's going on next week on the Penguin Rundown. February 3rd, 8 o'clock start, women's basketball will be at Milwaukee. February 3rd at 7:05 start, men's basketball will be versus Butler.
And then on February 5th at 3 p.m., women's basketball team travels on the road. They'll be at Green Bay.
And on February 5th, the 7:05 start, men's basketball versus Valparaiso right here at the Beagley Center.
And over at the Boardman Tennis Center on February 2nd at noon, women's tennis will host California, PA.
And also February 5th, they'll come right back and take on the Mac School in Toledo. Remember, all this is free. You can go check out the Penguins anytime you like.
And Zach, that's a great opportunity for the Penguin fans to get out and support the tennis team.
And February 5th at 2 p.m., men's tennis will be at IPFW. Remember to follow YSU Athletics on the web, www.ysusports.com, facebook.com/YSU Sports, and Twitter @YSU Sports. For Zach Humphreys,
Sean Seidler.
we'll see you next time on the Penguin Rundown.